Hi, everyone, and I'm going to continue our conversation on fear and love. As I talked about in the last video, there really are only two choices. We can live in fear or we can live in love. We can't have both. And that's why it's so important that we look at fear and how it runs our life. So, how do you want to spend your day today? In fear or love? There's only two choices. Hi, my name is Patricia Musi. I'm an intuitive coach and hypnotherapist, and I love helping women in midlife who are ready to take that next step in their life, to stand on their own 2 feet, to create something beautiful and wonderful in the world. And the first thing to do is to learn how to let go of fear. So I wanted to share with you today a few things that you can do. So, one of the reasons that we get into fear is because of what we believe about ourselves. We may believe that we are this bad, disgusting person, and that belief actually creates this fear in ourselves because we're attacking ourselves. And anytime we're attacking, whether it's ourselves or someone else, that will create fear. So, the first step is to recognize, where are you loathing yourself? Where are you beating yourself up, treating yourself poorly, not being kind and gentle with yourself? This is not what God wants for you. God only loves. He or she or source, whatever you want to call that, that being that is so powerful, is pure love. And that's what you are too. We have just covered it up with these beliefs that we have about ourselves. So the first step is to get in touch with that part of you that feels justified, that feels like that you're right, that you're kind of standing in this place of, I'm right, I'm justified in how I feel. Step number 2 is to get in touch with how much you distrust your own will, that no matter how much you want to be this loving, giving person, and you would like it to be natural and consistent, that part is still not where you want it to be. So, where you distrust your will. And step number 3 is to get in touch with how you feel about yourself. Because when you, first of all, think you're right and justified, immediately that will create fear. So, step number 3 is to really get in touch with how horrible and bad you believe about yourself, because we all have that little voice in our head that's telling us that we're this bad, horrible person. So you want to get in touch with that voice. And step number 4 is to realize that all of these things that you hear in your mind is your ego talking, that it's not the voice of God, because the voice of God is within you, and that voice is only love. It's very gentle, very kind, and always there, present within you. If only we look, we be still, we stop for a moment. So, in review, step number 1 is to get in touch with that part of you that feels justified and feels like that these external forces are taking over your life. Step number 2 is to recognize that you distrust this part of you. You distrust your own will, and that you wish that it would naturally and easily happen, that you were in this loving place, but you distrust that. Step number 3 is to recognize how we feel like this horrible, bad person. We believe this about ourselves. That creates fear. Step number 4 is to realize this is our ego talking. It's not God's voice, and that voice is within us. So I hope today that you'll take advantage of these steps as we're leading into this season of peace and joy and happiness. We're getting ready to be with our family members and friends for the holidays. And we want to come from this place of love, not a place of fear and blaming everyone else for our predicament, but taking responsibility and using these tools to bring yourself back to this place of love and joy inside your heart. This is my hope for you during this season. If you'd like to learn more about me and my work, Patricia Musi, you can find me on the web at www.patriciamusi.com. I'd love to talk to you about how you can step forward in your life, stand on your own 2 feet, and create a life of joy and peace and happiness for yourself. I hope you have a great day. Talk to you soon.